Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, my name is Brad, this is my channel Animate Orange, and today we are going to build a Legends model, one of the newer Legends model from Metal Earth. We're going to build Bugs Bunny, which is part of the Loony Tunes lineup. And as you can see, I've already got them together here, I've already opened the package. Package is colorful and neat, and on the back it has a difficulty scale rating that puts it pretty much on the easy side. It's still in the green there. So this shouldn't be too difficult, but let's open it up. Let's go to the table, I should say. See what's inside, talk about some tools, and put this together. Let's open up Bugs Bunny and see what's inside. I can see some earpieces right there. Usual tap to make sure the instructions are out of the way. And what do we have? We have one sheet of metal. You see a little bit of the detailing in there. It's not a whole lot to him, but that's okay. Sure will look good when he's put together. We have our instructions, and we have a neat little piece of paper talking about the Legends models. We have all the older Legends models on the back. I have built every one of these. And on the front we have Bugs, we have the Transformers, and we have Lord of the Rings, which I've yet to see as of the making of this video. Let's look at the instructions. Open this up. If you've never built one of these models before, I will go over this somewhat briefly. The instructions, I'm going to fold these in half. They're one big tall sheet, but I'll fold them in half to fit them on camera. Starting at the top, what they've considered page 1. Originally these all started out as long sheets like this, and they had sections, and then they move on to instructions that are more like pages, but then move back to where you still have some that are long sheets, but they actually have page numbers on them. So it's weird evolution if you followed along. If not, anyway, starting at the top corner here with page 1, the Metal Earth logo, the Legends logo, line drawing of the model, and the sheet. The sheet, or drawing of the sheet, as you see here, is numbered. Parts are numbered, so you can find the parts. You just have to orient the sheet the same way, like so, and you can find all the parts as you're going through the assembly flowchart to put it together. And then we have a sample part here with the notation on fold lines, insertion tabs, and insertion holes. Fold lines are pre-scored areas where parts curve or fold. Insertion tabs eventually go into an insertion hole somewhere, fold over or twist to hold things together. Some notes here about folding and twisting, a little bit of a legend. If you see a blue circle next to a connection point, it means to insert the tab and fold it 90 degrees. Green triangle means to insert and twist. The folded tabs are cleaner looking, the twisted tabs are more secure. And then we have a 360 view available online. You can either scan this with a phone or tablet, or just type in this web address and see a completed model if you're having questions on how something looks, final result looks. And then below that we start the assembly flowchart with part 1. And this little bit of red here indicates that this piece is folded, and the arrows kind of show the curve. And then we've got part 2 here, and these two come together. The tabs go into those slots, and you see the circle indicating that that tab is folded. And you end up with this part. The red indicates more curving. This bottom piece curves around or folds around. You end up with that. There's more curving, and there's the final result. Once you're done with that, you jump to page 2 with part 3. Similar process. The red shows the curving. Part 4, these come together. There's some more shaping, you end up with that. And then you just follow through, following the arrows, adding in the part numbers, folding and shaping as indicated. Once you get halfway down the page, jump down here to page 3, continue on, page 4, and once you're done at the bottom, you're finished with your model, because there is nothing on the back side. Let's talk a little bit about tools. The very basics of what you're going to need is a pair of tweezers and some clippers. The tweezers, you can do a lot of bending, shaping, twisting of tabs, folding of things over. The clippers are going to help you get the pieces out of the sheets cleanly and easily by clipping them out instead of trying to bend them out, which can cause damage. I've also supplemented my set with some precision tweezers. I have a couple of pointed ones here. One, I ground the tip down just a little bit to give it a more sturdy tip for tabs and twisting things, and then I have a precision flat set, and between all of these I can do a lot of bending and shaping and twisting. For shaping round shapes, you'll find that I frequently use tools like this. These are 3D printed tools that I designed and printed for making round shapes and cone shapes. But you can use things around the house like pens, pencils, maybe large sewing or crafting needles. You can pick up some dowel rods at a craft store or hardware store, or an inexpensive drill bit set from the discount bin, and use the flat ends to do your shaping. And with the dowel rod, you can sharpen one end with a pencil sharpener, and that will give you some cone shaping as well. Talked about some tools, and I've got some basics to get me started, some tweezers, some clippers, a couple of things for rounding curved areas, which I saw in the instructions, metal sheets and instructions at the ready. Let's put this together. This being my first Loony Tunes model, I was expecting these two parts to fit together smoothly, but they don't. There's no obvious indication, but there needs to be a slight curve or twist on the side of the foot. It made assembling the legs a little more difficult than it needed to be. I decided to use the twist now, fold later method for this part. I had a lot of trouble getting the other side of the foot folded up and the slot over the tab. Now that I have the parts together, I can go back and untwist and fold over previously twisted tabs, completing the twist now, fold later method. This being my first Looney Tunes model, I wasn't familiar with the lines and curves of the face, and it took me some time to work it all out. The nose kind of pokes out, and the cheeks and chin and forehead fold back. You might have to put a little bit of a curve in the cheek. I initially misunderstood and folded the ears the wrong way. To get the ears on the correct side, I came to realize that the tips of them point up and not out.